Hello and welcome. I'm Sandy, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in beautiful Canada. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It certainly is. Well, if you're in Ontario, it's lovely. I don't know, I can't really speak for the rest of the country, but absolutely gorgeous. I believe we're going up to 8 today, which is less than 50 in Fahrenheit, but it's still beautiful. Still very, very beautiful. So, my question to you, are you a paper hoarder? If you saw my paper supply, you would say, Sandy, you're a paper hoarder. But I'm using my paper. I'm starting to incorporate into designs and use it, and I want to share that with you today. But just before we get started creating, a couple things on the to talk about, and one is Birthday Palooza, which is happening on January 25th right here in my newly renovated basement, which isn't done yet, but it will be. The first 5 people that are registered for that event and have paid receive a gift at the event. Ooh, nice. The other thing is, and this ends sooner, share your Christmas wishes. So what that is, on my blog, which is in the comments above, if you go there, you'll see a post that says the same thing, share your Christmas wishes. And in that, there's a link where you can open up a file that you fill out a wish list. You give that wish list to a loved one, and they choose from it. They contact me and they choose what they want to purchase, and then it arrives in time for Christmas. So I had to put an end date on that, and that's currently November 30th. So that is a wonderful way of getting your favorites out of either the holiday catalog or the annual catalog, and it's a really great idea. So go there after the video. Okay, so here is my artist rendition. I'm going to show you, rather than take a big hunk of paper and cut it down, I'll show you. So this is pretending a piece of 12 by 12 paper. So the first thing you want to do is cut 3 1-inch strips. That will leave you with 9 inches by 12. With these here, the strips, these will be your belly bands for what we're making. You're going to cut off 3 inches, which will leave you with a 9 by 1 inch piece. Last step. Now, I saw this done on YouTube, and the person did all the scoring at once, but I'm new at this, so I decided I would score one at a time, which reminds me, yeah, to get my paper cutter handy. So what you want to do with these is you're going to cut these. This is 12, so 12 divided by 3, because you're going to be able to make 3 of these, is 4 inches. So you're going to have 3 4-inch strips. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So what are we making? I will show you. I have to grab my paper cutter. I had it up here last night, and I was like, no, get your desk cleaned. Yeah, okay. All right, so this is the new Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer, which I love. I was saying that this is the same blade in this that I've been using since I got it. Unlike our other paper trimmer, where I would have replaced it several times, yes, mine gets a lot of use, and yes, I'm still using the same blade. Cool, huh? All right, so here is our paper. This is the Brightly Gleaming paper. You may be familiar with that. We have these pretty stars on one side, and they, whoa, shiny on this side. So this is my 1-inch by 9-inch strip. This will be the belly band for our project. So what you want to do, and I will put all of these measurements and all of the score lines in the description after this afternoon, because I am going out for lunch with my retiree friends in the quaint little town of Stratford. Isn't that nice? Okay, so this is your 1-inch by 9-inch strip. Your first score line is at 2 3/4. Now, you want to make sure you don't cut it, because then you have to do it again. So this is my cutting blade. This is my scoring blade. And I know some people have actually written on that. That is not a bad idea, my friends. That is not a bad idea. Okay, so score it at 2 3/4, and then you slide that up the score line, which I can kind of see. I'm going to put that kind of between the 4 1/4 and 4 1/8 line, in that ballpark, let's say. So I'm going to go for there. As I did in my practice one, the belly band was a little bit loose, but you know, that's okay. All right, so that is scored, and all you have to do then is fold it on the score lines. And now you can use tear and tape, you can use snail. I also have fast fuse, which is no longer available, but we do have that. I mean, I have it, so if you have it, use it. A little bit of snail, and just give that a little hold down. That's your belly band for our project. So you're going to be using up your paper, and you're going to be very, very happy with yourself. Okay, so this is my 4" by 9" piece of paper, and I'm going to score it as well, keeping that cutting blade away. Yes, I did do this in my practice. I'm so honest, I have to admit that. So your first score line is at 4 1/4. No, it isn't. I lie. 4 1/2. First score line. Now with this paper, if your paper is really thick, go over it a couple times. This paper is beautiful weight for card making and such. I'm only going over it once. I don't want to kind of manhandle it. So there's my first score line, 4 1/2, and then I'm going to slide it this way to the 3 1/4, and I'm going to score it again, and I'm going to slide it one more time to the 2". So this is all on one side. Okay, so now I have my score lines, which I think you can probably see better on this side, but we're not done. I have one more score line on the side that's still 4 1/2 long. I have a score line that I want to make at 1 3/4, right there. And we don't need this anymore. Ta-da! Bye-bye, beautiful cutter. And set her down. All right, so now we fold. All right, so the first one, I'm going to fold it in half. Oh, you know what I need? I need the bone folder. Okay, this is not my pretty one. They've all been packed up for a class that I did last week. This one, don't use it on ink unless you're going to clean it immediately, and maybe not with blue ink. So there's my first. Now my second score line is that the 1 3/4. So fold that. Do you know what we're making yet? Did I say what we're making yet? I did not. Okay, so there's our 2 folds right there. Now you have your fold here and here, which we're pinching up. Okay, bone folder, bone folder. So I'll show you that from the side so you can see that. This is the 4, both sides are 4 1/2, but this is the 4 1/2 that just has the 1 score line. This is the 4 1/2 that has the 2 score lines. So this is sticking up because we're making, ready for it? A gift card holder. Very timely when you think that Christmas is coming. Okay, so you see the way I have this folded. I want this pretty pattern on the outside and the stars on the inside. So what I'm going to do is grab a punch. Now this is the everyday label punch. If you have a wide punch like this, or you can probably use a few different things. I don't recommend a circle though, because you won't, you want more coverage this way than circular, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making sense today. Alrighty, making sure that I'm just doing the part I pinched and just taking, you know, it's that measure twice, cut once thing. All right, yes, that is it. So the part that we pinched up, just going to put this in, and look, it's got stars, so I will be able to line this up. Now there's my score line back there, back here, so I want to stay away from that. I was going to go about halfway on the punch and try to center it both sides. There we go. There's a piece. You can use that, absolutely. We are not paper wasters, are we? So what you have now is that. We're going to use the snail, because we want this pinched part to stay up. I think maybe on the side with, there we go. Nice, and it's very close to the the line. Fold that. Check this out. That's where, oh, this is where your card is going to save. You're saying that's not wide enough, and you're absolutely right. That's why I have my scissors here. So you're going to cut this in here. I'm just going to cut it, say, to about maybe 1/8 of an inch from the end. Well, that was a terrible cut. My bad. And then this one. And you know what I just realized with the belly band? That I did it with this side out. With this pretty side out. All right, so your card, which I have a business card, but I think they're bigger. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's bigger, but let's just say if I had not cut that in the wrong spot, that would just be perfect, wouldn't it? And then it's going to slide right in here and close up, and then you slide your belly band on. How cool is that? Like, that's very easy. Pretend that's a gift card. So now with this belly band, and again, I cut that wrong, so don't do what I did. Don't do what I did. You would slide your belly band over and you would make it look pretty. So if you don't want the pattern, like a different pattern, then you stick to this side. But you know, of course, I have a couple of them ready. So here's one that I finished where I did use the stars on the outside. You get to choose. That's the beauty of it. And then I use the ornate frames to in the ivory, the same as the paper, background paper, and then just cut out the holly and use the, you know, I can't remember the name of that, Stampin' ice glitter, and I'll put it in the comments. I can't think what it's called, but anyway, so it looks kind of pretty. So there's one, and then of course I have more paper, and I did this one. And I just think that's pretty. Now this one I just used, because this is Night of Navy, I just used a piece of Night of Navy paper and I cut this one thinner. So this one is about 3/4 of an inch, but the same thing, I use that same ice glitter and off with the belly band. You can see the pattern on the inside momentarily. Ta-da! And there's where your gift card goes. What do you think? Is that something you think you would make? I am curious. I am curious. I really, really love this paper. Like, I think I made I did. I made the blue one first with the copper stars. And I'm like, oh. But then I thought I have to make it in green too. Okay, I made this belly band a little tight. So yeah, with your measurements, maybe test it first. You don't want it falling off. That's for sure. There we go. Now, you know what I was thinking you could do? Is you could take a piece of ribbon, string it through here, and if you're the type, I used to hide things in the tree and like have it hanging as an ornament on the tree, an ornament, but it's really a gift. Ta-da! All right, you're very quiet today, or the comments are so far behind I can't see them, you know. Anyway, like I said, I will add the measurements this afternoon for everything. I know my little artist rendition of a 12 by 12 piece of paper was a little bit interesting. But yeah, the folding of it is very, very easy. Easy enough that the first time I watched the video, I went, I'm going to go make that. And it turned out the first time. Now, like I said, maybe cut this before you glue it together. That might not be a bad idea. But it's just a really cute idea, which you, by the way, can use with any paper you want. So this is like a year-round project, which I think is awesome, that you'll be able to make these. Because there's always somebody that is a little bit hard to buy for, and you think a gift certificate, you know, even as a hostess gift, you know, would be perfect. Okay, my friends, thank you so much for joining me. Very quick video today, and please share my video. I would appreciate that. That helps me bring you more videos, and helps get the word out about my little business. And if you happen to be watching on YouTube after the fact, please subscribe, click the bell, and you'll be notified of when videos come up. So I do have the link to my blog. Go check out the Share Your Christmas Wishes and get back to me. Have a wonderful week, my friends. I will see you again next Tuesday. Bye-bye.